Hello, welcome to short highlights of the Giro d'Italia in its 109th edition and starting the furthest east on European soil it's ever done before, in Bulgaria. The opening stage, 147 kilometres between Nessebar and Burgas, a wonderful opportunity for the sprinters on this first stage, and of course, the winner would take away with them the Maglia Rosa. This was the team's presentation in the week. The riders relaxed and enjoying things as the four jerseys of the Giro d'Italia were presented to them in Burgas, and the trophy, of course. 21 stages from now, we'll find out who is going to win it. And these were the scenes at the start, in good conditions for racing, not bright sunshine, around about 18 to 20 degrees for the day. 184 riders set out, 23 teams. None of last year's top three on general classification here either. Of course, Simon Yates having won the Giro d'Italia last year and then retiring at the end of a year with the job done. Isaac Del Toro also not here, and Richard Carapaz likewise. Well, this was the scenes at the official start. Two riders attacking, and no great surprise to see the two teams involved. Bardiani CSF 7 Sabre, and then of course their fellow Italian attacking team, Polti Visit Malta. It was Manuele Tarozzi of Bardiani and Diego Sevilla, the Spaniard, for Polti Visit Malta. So an Italian and a Spaniard out front, and a Brit, James Shaw, having a few issues in the feed zone. I think he got a bottle eventually. Tricky. You'd think, with his vast experience, James Shaw would have got the knack of that right now. Should we blame the team carers? Let's see. These two did a good job. They were always hovering around about never more than 2.5 minutes of lead, which seems to be the magic number in men's World Tour cycling at the moment. But they knew, of course, that this would be an opportunity to be in that King of the Mountains jersey, always the first day of a stage race. A wonderful opportunity to get in amongst the jerseys. And this was the first of them as well. The first of two laps. It was the Cape Agalina climb. They would do it twice. And it was Diego Sevilla of Polti Visit Malta over there first to bag the first 3 points in the King of the Mountains competition. About 15k later, they had the first of the Ciclamino sprints as well in Sozopol. And it appeared here that the two of them were sharing things around a little bit as they were the work on the road. It was Manuele Tarossi of Bardiani taking the 12 points there. And this is what happened behind, because the Ciclamino points are so important to our best sprinters. Jonathan Milan getting 5, Caden Groves getting 3, and Max Walscheid there, possibly sprinting for his teammate in final point scoring position with the 1 point. This is the second ascent of the Cape Agalina, and it was Diego Sevilla making absolutely certain of it, the Polti Visit Malta man, and Tarozzi taking the next points. It was Hartes de Vries for Unibet Rose Rockets behind, who took the next of the points. The three teams, by the way, who'd been doing the lion's share of the chasing: Soudal Quickstep, Lidl Trek, and Unibet Rose Rockets. Well, this was the run into the Red Bull Kilometre. There is one of these every day, and it's the only sprint point that contains bonus seconds: 6, 4, and 2. It was Manuele Tarossi taking the 6 seconds there. He'd won the Red Bull competition overall last year. And Antonio Morgado, the Portuguese rider for UAE Team Emirates, took the 2 seconds there, 6, 4, and 2 seconds at each of these Red Bull kilometres. So that was it with 22k to go. Hartes de Vries and the Unibet Rose Rockets team closed out the breakaway, all back together, and then we really knew we were set for a big sprint finish in Burgas. Unibet Rose Rockets riding brilliantly. A few of the riders here not quite getting this one right on the sweeping left-hander coming back into Burgas, and missing out too. Decathlon CMA CGM trying to get Tobias Lund into fine position. Then 650 metres to go. Big crash. Left just 10 riders or so at the front of the race. Max Walscheid had started his drive, and he was actually clear coming towards the finish line as well. There was just about enough opportunity for Tobias Lund to start, but Paul Magnier up alongside him, and the young Frenchman at 22 years of age had taken the opening stage of the Giro d'Italia, and of course with it, the Maglia Rosa, just like that. Tobias Lund did enough to hang on for second, but Paul Magnier with the win and, of course, the general classification. The Maglia Rosa on the shoulders of the 22-year-old French superstar who won 19 races last year too. He's also the leader in the Ciclamino, of course, ahead of Tobias Lund as well. And Diego Sevilla, after his time in the breakaway today, leads in the King of the Mountains competition. Lots more climbing to come tomorrow, of course. Paul Magnier leads in the Best Young Riders competition. Tomorrow is a really long stage, by the way, quite different to this opening stage. Join us for that one.